Fashion is a staple of life. Whether one is interested in the fashion world or they simply wear sweatpants or t-shirts, clothing is a part of every person's life. But where does clothing come from? And how is it made? And more importantly, where does it go when we're done with it? In Flagstaff, there's a variety of clothing stores to choose from, and there are people who are trying to limit their impact on the increasing issue of fast fashion.
Water conservation is really important to me, and it really is something that I'm keeping an eye on because I know that making clothing is already such a big use of water. Like, it uses so much water, so I'm trying to be careful in not wasting water or just being conscious about it. Probably mid 2017, the year before I graduated, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I remembered that I liked to tie-dye when I was younger, and so I tried that out and started thinking about it and like stockpiling ideas and like plans and processes. And so I thought about it all through the rest of 2017, and then January 2018 is when I officially launched my store. I've kind of guesstimated that it takes maybe 2.5 gallons to make one shirt. So from start to finish. So from soaking in the soda ash to the dye and then to the washing out. But on a weekly basis, if it's like 2 gallons a shirt, I'll usually do maybe 50 to 100 shirts, give or take a week. So what is that, like 200 gallons?
So I actually made a New Year's resolution this year in 2020 that I was only gonna buy stuff from like thrift kind of stores. And so I, only buy from Savers or Plato's Closet or Runway or, things like that. And, before I thought about that, I had, I just window shop online and I just put a bunch of things in my cart and, I want to buy them all and see how they look because I like trying on new clothes and stuff like that. But I know how like bad it is for the environment and it's something I really care about. So kind of just sits in my cart. Kindergarten through 12th grade, I went to Catholic school, so I wore a uniform. And so I didn't really like have a sense of fashion. And then when I got to college, I was just like too lazy to try. So I just, leggings and a sweatshirt all the time. And it probably wasn't until like last year or the year before when I studied abroad in Italy that I started caring about like how I looked and like how things were put together. I know that like thrifting is a super popular thing, and I think it's important for people to take little steps, even though me as like an individual, I'm not doing a lot to contribute to fast fashion, but it's like a little step that I can do to just shop sustainably and not contribute to that and save money in the process. So I think if possible, I think people really should try to take that step.
Like if I'm like shopping like in the mall and I go to a department store and I buy like a pair of jeans for $50, I hate that decision. Like almost immediately I'm just like, that was a terrible decision. I don't know why I did that. But like when I'm at like Savers and I get like a $6 pair of jeans that like fit my butt like nice, that is just amazing. That feeling is just so good. And like I don't know, I don't feel bad about it. I actually feel good about it.
Right now, I can say shout out to Savers for my jacket and my pants, Goodwill for my shirt and my bag and my belt. The only thing that's kind of fast fashion is my shoes, possibly, but I do put on my stories and I only post outfits in like stuff that I bought from thrift stores. And when people ask me where I go to buy my stuff, I say secondhand. Styling outfits has always been like a part of my life just because I'm gay, but also it's like a way for me to express myself and also bring myself up for myself, if that makes sense. So just dressing good so I can feel good and feeling good so I can look good.
So NAMA is the Northern Arizona Merchandising Association. So we do have meetings where we do upcycling, so everyone brings an item and then we work together to create something new out of it. So it's like fresh and something that they want to continue to wear rather than throw away. And then we also do clothing swaps. So everyone brings like a trash bag full of clothes and we kind of trade with each other. So then you have a new wardrobe, but you're not getting rid of things and you're not kind of adding to the pollution that clothing creates. It was actually started in the 1970s by a merchandising professor that retired like 20 years ago. And we are like a fashion club that focuses on the business side, similar to the major. So we do a lot of like arts and crafts, DIYs, upcycling, thrifting, but we also do like resume building and networking and that kind of stuff.
Really, right now, I'm like into sustainable fashion, so I've been thrifting a lot, like what I'm wearing thrifted. My thing is like going thrifting 100%. Like there's like so many little shops that you don't even know are there that things are gonna be like $3 and it's gonna be something that you like. And if not, I'm sure there's something that you can find that you would like.
Honestly, I think social media has like a really big part in that, because when you see somebody who you follow, whether it's someone you know or like an influencer or anything like that, and you say, oh, you know, like I like that sense of fashion, you try to copy it, because that's really how you know fashion is. You see it on someone, you like the way it looks, and you know, then you know, and a lot of influencers say, oh, I got this from there, and so then it's easy to just copy exactly what they have.
Yeah, so I think fast fashion is so popular. I think mainly through like influencers and like trying to be on trend and trying to be on top of everything. But I think it's also like influencers and like big corporations that are like feeding each other. Like they're sponsoring influencers to be on top of trends, and then they're getting popular off of that. And so they want to keep doing that, and then their followers are just following them. And so I think that's partly why fast fashion is so big. It's just big corporations and influencers polluting really media with what is hot for that week or day. Really.
I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, Deliciously Ella or something, and she had a guest, Livia Firth, and she said 70% of teenage girls on social media are scared to wear the same thing twice in an Instagram post. And I think that's kind of ridiculous, because if you're really about fashion, you'll know how to style the clothes that you have in different ways and create new looks based off what you already have.
This YouTuber that I follow, Kristen McAtee, she does a lot of like thrifting DIY videos where she just goes to like Savers or Goodwill or something like that and like finds fashion and like thrifts it in the way that she likes. And so I think like her influencing that and like, you know, showing that it's possible to do this and it's like cheaper, because sometimes when you see YouTubers doing things, you assume it's expensive. But I think for her to kind of take that step and other YouTubers kind of following in that path, hopefully, you know, I don't think fast fashion is ever going to disappear, because I think people are always going to want like high brands and, you know, want to stay like in that kind of thing. But I think if more people kind of follow that and more, you know, influencers take a step to show that like this is better for the environment, hopefully like it puts a dent in the like industry, but I don't think it'll ever stop.